Hi, today I wanted to talk about this deck that I opened a couple weeks ago when I was playing Tobin from Warcast Reforged. One of the coolest things about it is that its token is Scholar, the dinosaur philosopher. After Reap, draw one card. And it comes with two Legionary Trainers. So Legionary Trainer is awesome with Scholar because Legionary Trainer says play make a token creature and each friendly token creature enters play ready. So that means each friendly trainer is basically reap, draw a card when it comes into play. And if the opponent doesn't destroy them immediately, then you can get more value out of your scholars later. So that's a cool way to snowball a Saurian board in Winds of Exchange. And the other thing I thought was interesting with this is that there's an uplink in this deck. So I think I should be able to put the uplink on one of my Legionary Trainers. And if they're surrounded by Saurian creatures, then I can pump out two Scholars a turn that come in ready with the Legionary Trainers. So I could put the Legionary Trainers next to a Paraguardian and then put Secure Droid on the Paraguardian and then have like my Paraguardian warding my Legionary Trainers that are using the uplink to create ready Scholars. Seems like a fun board state to work towards. And this deck has an interesting artifact that disrupts the opponent, the Ulfbert's device. Each player cannot choose the same active house they chose on their previous turn. So once this comes down, each player can only choose between two houses in each turn, and that means it's an excellent combo with Befuddle, because Befuddle can lock your opponent out of playing cards from two houses. So once your opponent is locked out of one house from the Ulfbert device, you can name that house with Befuddle, and then they can't play cards from the two houses that they can call. Pretty neat. Now, the astonishing thing about this deck, and kind of why I wanted to show it off, maybe you noticed from the list when I showed it earlier on, but this deck just has an insane amount of cards that disrupt and destroy the opponent's board. Going from house to house, in Saurian, we have two Phalanx Strikes and a Regrettable Meteor that can cover big creatures on the opponent's side of the board while leaving your small creatures because it destroys dinosaurs and creatures with power 6 or higher. So it does destroy the Scholars, unfortunately, but it can leave some of my lower power creatures. And then in Star Alliance, we have the Quintrino Warp, the new Quintrino card. So I love Quintrino Flux in Worlds Collide. And Quintrino Warp says, choose a friendly creature and an enemy creature, destroy those creatures and each creature that shares a house with either of them, gain one chain. So there's a massive amount of potential in this card. Destroy entire boards or large chunks of boards. And then I have two red alerts. One-sided sweeper and Unfathomable. I can bounce your creatures. I can trade off my small creatures for your bigger ones by giving my creatures poison. I can exhaust your things so you can't use them. I can prevent your creatures from readying with the Under Pressure. And with this new card, Faisaloha, it comes with 2 damage enhancements, and it says, damaged creatures do not ready during the ready card step. So it's an interesting effect. It includes your cards, so if you don't use it well, you can end up disrupting yourself pretty bad. But I do have a lot of damage dealing cards in this deck, including the 2 red alerts. I can also exhaust creatures at the start of the opponent's turn with this other new card, Cybele Wymare. At the start of your opponent's turn, that player discards the top card of their deck and exhausts each creature of that card's house. So you might be able to put Under Pressure on one of their creatures and then have it exhaust before they're ever able to use it. And then to finish off, we have 2 Adult Swims and a Maelstrom. 16 cards of creature control, more than a third of the deck. So how does it play out? Well, this deck has a lot of bonuses, and it tends to just destroy the opponent's board while playing Amber bonuses and trying to win that way, while occasionally getting board value with the Legionary Trainers and Scholars. In addition to the Amber bonuses, it also has 2 Rogue operations. So those serve as good racing cards. So, with all this creature control, the burning question is, do you play the Forum of Giants? Thanks for watching. I'm interested in having this deck clash against the Defender deck I opened the other day, so I'll see you all soon.